Hello, Mr. Gajera. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm also doing fine, man. Thank you for asking. So, before we jump into the interview, before we jump into your trading strategy, your overall experience with FundedNext, your discipline, why don't you just introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, sure. My name is Chirag Gajera, and I'm from India, and I'm currently trading full time.
Which state are you in?
Uh, I'm in Gujarat.
Gujarat.
Yeah.
How hot is it there?
Currently, it's very hot. Like previous month, rainfall. So now it's very warm outside and it's humid. So we may hope we may get some more rainfall.
All right. Best of luck with that.
Yeah.
All right. So before we jump into your trading strategy and all those things, why don't you just tell a bit about your trading experience, how it all started, how it has been going so far, everything.
Oh yeah, so like it started basically 4-5 years back. Like I was just going through YouTube and I saw some video about trading, and it was about some course. So I just started watching the video, and it was like interesting to me. I thought, I talked to myself, yeah, this thing is good. Like so, I just then took up the course. I completed the course, and then I did a bit of trading on demo account first. And then I was confident. Then I, opened and put, maybe around $300-400 initially to start with. Yeah, and then I was getting, bit of success, and then again I was at break even and all that stuff. So like it was kind of roller coaster. So like then I said like I'm not getting anywhere with this, so I need to again review my all where I'm getting back, like what's causing me problem. And then I found out like the strategy isn't the problem. The problem was sticking to that strategy. Like what I was doing was like I was getting 2-3 trades in a success. Then like if there is 1 or 2 losses maybe or 3 in a row, then I was just getting panicked, and I was just switching over to the next strategy. So that way it wasn't working out. So then I found out this thing, and then I decided like I'm gonna continue to one strategy, and by following and then I started getting success, and ultimately like I'm doing good now.
All right, that's amazing. So when you started your trading journey, was it with Forex or any other assets like indices or commodities?
Oh no, it was mostly Forex. Like I haven't traded stocks or anything until now. It's just Forex only. Yeah.
All right. So let's say you started trading 4 to 5 years back with a demo account. So what basically motivated you to take trading as a profession?
Oh yeah, like the main motivation is like you got the freedom. Like you can make your own decisions. You don't have any boss or something above you. So and it's independent, and you can mostly do it from anywhere. Like doesn't need to be specific place. So it gives you this kind of freedom and independence, and that every day there is a new opportunity. Like there is a new challenge ahead of you to read the market, and so it's very interesting for me. Like what's gonna happen next and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So you have been in the market for at least 4 to 5 years now. You had to face a lot of obstacles, right? So
Yeah.
what was the hardest obstacle you had to face to become a successful trader?
Yeah, I would say it would be discipline. Like the hardest thing is to whenever you are getting success consecutively, like you getting good trades, and then suddenly when there is a 2 or 3 bad trades, then that thing demotivates. That thing demotivated me a lot, and therefore I was not able to catch up again, and I was just basically switching strategies to strategies, and as I said, it had to take more losses. Yeah, so the hardest thing was to stick to the strategy, and need to believe in the strategy, and it's gonna work over time. And we need to follow the risk management. So obviously we got the technical edge you can say we have got that statistical edge. So that eventually, plays out in the long term. So that was the hardest thing for me. Yeah.
As you've mentioned just now that the discipline, the risk management, all these things was the hardest, were the hardest things for you. So among all these things, in case of discipline, how did you recover from being not too decisive while taking a trade to being a disciplined trader? What are the things that you executed in your trading journey?
Yeah, so I would say I mainly concentrated on initially what I was doing was I was taking trades a bit too early before the market opens. So basically what was happening was the setup was good, but sometimes there's an extended stop and because of that I was getting taken out. And so I was quietly doing research kind of thing about the bad trades I had, why did this thing happen. I then found out it's about timing, we need to be exact, when the London opens or maybe the European session opens, we will need to wait half an hour or maybe 1 hour after that. Then once we get the setup running, and then we can once we have the stop loss stop hunt, and then we can have the trade going through. So that way the timing helped me a lot. This thing I'm not gonna take a trade unless the London session opens. So that way I got more discipline and my trade improving also in terms of risk management, and so I was getting good risk to reward ratios as well.
So as a trader, you started trading 4 years ago and it has been a hectic journey so far. So can you tell us the key differences between the first trade that you execute and the most recent trade, if you remember your first trade?
Oh yeah, first trade was very horrible. There was no planning, there was no risk management, there was no lot size calculation. I just it was just moving average stuff. I watched some video over the YouTube, it bounce on the moving average, and you find out that engulfing candle or something like that. So I just took the trade, but it sometimes has worked out and it sometimes doesn't. So there was no proper reading of the market, and it was just blindly following the moving average. It's not professional at all. I would say it was so much amateur. And now it's more about planning ahead and looking for the setup, looking for the pattern. And then once we get that thing, then only we're gonna execute it. So it's more about what we are looking for. I know now what I'm looking for in the market. So basically it's easy now, to scan the market. So because since all these years I've gained some experience, so now it's a bit easy.
The way I see it, if you have developed a strategy that enables you to automatically look for things that is required for a successful trade, then all the credit goes to that strategy and the dedication that was put behind that strategy. So can you tell us a bit about your strategy as well?
It's about trend pullback strategy. So I basically look not that much, but just to get a holistic view of the market direction. I just look at the higher time frames, maybe daily or 4 hour. And then once I'm sure that the direction is either down, let's say for example it's going down, then I will go to the lower time frames, maybe 15 or 5 for my entries. I'll mark that support and resistance zone on that higher time frame, and then while the market is pulling back, so then once it reaches that SNR level, at that around that level on the lower time frame, maybe we can say 15 or maybe lower than that, and then what I'll see is that double top pattern, or we can say M pattern. And so there's the first leg and there's the second leg. Then the second leg takes out a bit liquidity above the first leg, and then there is a pullback again inside with 3 or 4 there are candlestick patterns. There is one is false breakout, one is the engulfing bearish or bullish, whatever the case. So once I get that thing, and I confirm it with the RSI divergence. So so if we getting the negative slope, on the M pattern, but the second leg is a bit higher than the first. But on the average side, there is a negative slope. So then that confirms my entry with the candle. So that way I will have very tight stop loss, and again the target will be of the higher time frame, the low which it created. So that would be, so it would be very tight stop loss, and the risk to reward is mostly about 2, sometimes even 4, 5, or maybe 6. Yeah.
So what's
that
your...
way that
yeah.
So that way we got that statistical edge, like even if we get 30 to 40% times right, we're gonna be profitable.
Exactly. So what's your average stop loss?
Average, I would say, like, it depends on the time frame, what time frame I'm trading. Like if I get the setup on the 15 minute, then it would be maybe around 15-20 pips, and if I get it on 5 minutes or even sometimes 1 minute, then it would be very less, like maybe around 5 to 10 pips at max.
All right.
Yeah. So like I would sum up, maximum stop loss would be 20 pips, not more than that. Like, yeah.
And as I've mentioned earlier, your minimum risk reward ratio would be 1 to 2, and it can go as big as 1 to 5, right?
5, yeah, 4 or 5, yeah.
So there are certain things that you have mentioned in your trading strategy, such as supply demand zones, and you basically trade your strategy is basically pullback strategy, in which in the high time frame, such as daily or 4-hour time frame, you look for the important zones, then mark them up, the support and resistance zones, and then in lower time frames, such as 15 minutes, in which you basically look for entries. So, and at the same time, you're looking at divergence and many other things as well. So, among all these things, what's the thing that's most important for your trade to be executed? Before executing a trade, what's the thing that you consider the most important thing?
Yeah, so the most, I would say, the most positive, or what we can say, no stress trade, I guess, would be, the first leg, and then the second about the false breakout, like candle, it takes out the liquidity, then immediately it goes bearish, or otherwise the engulfing. These two candles are my favorite. Like, if I get this setup, I'm pretty much like 90% sure, like I'm getting paid today.
All right. So
yeah, so that's the main thing, and plus the RSI. These two things confirms, then it's almost payday today. Yeah.
So you have told us about that that the lower time frame that you mainly, in which you mainly execute your trade, is 15 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes 1 minute. So in which time frame is your strategy best suited for?
Like it's mostly, this strategy we can perform it like on the lower as well. Like if we get the trend, going on the 15 minutes, then we can see the pullback on the 5 or 1. Like, it depends on the time frame you see. Like if you're marking your support and resistance zones on higher time frame, then I would say 15 minutes would be the good time frame to execute it. But in case sometimes we can get the SNR zones on the 15 minute as well. If the trend is going very strong, then we may see the yesterday's low or high has been taken out, and then we see the pullback coming in to that or high which has been taken out just recently or maybe today. And then we can go to the lower time frame, maybe 5 or 1, to see that divergence and that W pattern with that false breakout candle. Yeah. So it depends on the SNR zone where we have marked, like on the 15, or it's on the higher, like 4 hours or 1 hour. Yeah.
All right. So what's your favorite pair then?
I would say it's maybe it's all related to major, like USD. I would say GBP USD, Euro USD, gold, and in terms in JPY, I would say GBP JPY and Euro JPY. Yeah.
As you've mentioned earlier, sorry for interrupting. As you've mentioned earlier, that you usually keep your stop losses around 20 pips, right? So
20, max.
Don't you find it hard to maintain such tight stop loss in case of gold?
In gold, yeah. Like I would more stress on gold, like, because gold is it's too much volatile, and to keep that much tight stop, it's a bit hard sometimes. Sometimes what happens is, like we enter the market, the stop loss is very tight, but what happens is like it would take out, then again it would pull back in. So sometimes, since you're managing your risk good, so it's all right, you may take one loss, but then again, then you don't walk away. We need to again be there, and we need to observe the market. Then if we get again the opportunity, then I would take it, and again I will put that tight stop loss, and I'll get the result. So it doesn't matter, because we are taking I don't take more than 0.5% risk. So it's okay, like if I get, while entering, I get one loss, it's okay. It's ultimately going to recover, because the risk to reward is higher than 2. So since we are getting the tight entries, we can afford to lose one or.
All right, that's amazing. That's a very nice way to mitigate your risk as well. So, as we've heard the stories about your trading strategy, how you developed your strategy, your overall trading experience. So, let's just take a look back at the prop firm industry. So, what basically motivated you to join FundedNext in the first place?
Oh yeah, like for FundedNext, you guys were giving the profit from the start phase, from the challenge. Over to so that motivated me a bit, because what happens, like I have been with the other prop firms as well. I had passed 2-3 challenges with the other firms as well, but what I was facing, the problem was like I used to clear the challenge phase and the evaluation, but then what was happening suddenly, I don't know, like once I get the funded account, I wasn't able to sustain it, like yes. I don't know, but with the next, from the start I was motivated, because since we are getting profit from the first phase, so it continued the flow that way. And when we are trading the funded account, we get the funded account, then we know that we have already got some profit from them, so there's no pressure about that fees or something to recover and all that stuff. So I can just focus on my trading that way. And that motivated me more about FundedNext. There's the only prop firm in the entire industry which is giving this profit from the challenge.
All right, so you have told us about the 15% profit share that you and most of our users just love. So among 15% profit share, and we're also offering dedicated account manager and up to $4 million scale up plans. So among all these things, what's the thing you like most about FundedNext?
I would say the scale-up plan is very good. Also, the account manager, this thing is unique. Like I haven't seen this in other prop firms. So it's basically easy to communicate, like regards to payout or whatever issue you are facing. So this thing is very good. And also I had the payout recently, and it was very quick, and it was processed in, I would say, within 24 hours. So that's next level thing. I haven't experienced this thing until now. So I guess FundedNext is the best.
Thank you, and thanks a lot for that appreciation. And as you are a prop trader, do you have any tips and tricks for the fellow traders, for the fellow FundedNext traders, or all the traders around the globe?
Oh yeah, like I would like to say, we need to stick to what our strategy, whatever we are following. It doesn't matter about the strategy. It's mostly about the mindset. It's about your planning, and it's about taking adequate risk, not risking more than 1%. I would say on a funded account. Like I usually don't risk more than 0.4 or 0.25% per trade. Like it's like if my account size is $50,000, then I wouldn't risk more than $200 per trade. So that way since you are maintaining the risk, it would protect your capital. So the capital protection is the main thing in trading. Like you got to restrict cut the losses, and whatever the winners you are getting, you need to take it. Maybe 2 or more than 2, you can say. Once you get up to your target, like what I follow week, I mainly target 1.5 to 2% growth. And once I achieve that, like let's say like I have achieved $1,000 maybe in 2-3 days, then still I got 2-3 days left for the week, then I would what I would do is once I get to the break even, I would move my stop loss there, and then I will hold on to the trade. So that way it's risk free, and also we're getting more profit out of it.
Exactly. So thanks a lot, Mr. Gajera, for being here with us today, and it has been an amazing interview with you, and we hope to interview in the future as well. Thank you.
Pleasure.